So I get a lot of questions asking me how I stay active after my scoliosis surgery. So this video is just going to be a quick rundown of the things that I do to stay active. It is really important to stay active. I've said active like 5 times in a matter of like 30 seconds. But it really is. And for someone who has exercised every day, stopped exercising, and then exercising again, I can tell how much that it helps me. When I stay on the lounge all day, every day, just watching TV, I feel like crap and my back will start to hurt easier. People who have had a spinal fusion or whatever the case may be, we have to work a little bit harder to allow our muscles to strengthen so that we don't get pain. I am not like some fitness guru or anything, so anything like that, but I am going to show you my Pilates exercises that I do at home. If you're a Pilates junkie and you're watching this and I do things wrong, don't judge me. I'm learning as well. And if you guys want me to do a video at my actual Pilates studio so I can show you some of the things that I do there that are a bit more advanced, give this video a thumbs up or comment below because that could be really fun to do, and I'd love to show you guys the intense for me kind of things that I do. I know a lot of you guys struggle to find things that you can do when you can't bend, or ab workouts that you can do without bending your actual back. So yeah, hopefully this is a little bit helpful, and yeah, let's get to it. One of the main ways I keep active is by going on walks. When I first got out of hospital, I actually could only walk about halfway up this street and then I'd have to turn around and come back home. But every day I would try to go a little bit further and push myself just a little bit more, and I would go on 2 short walks a day. And now I go for walks for about half an hour to an hour. I try walking in areas with hills because it puffs me out a little bit more and I get a bit more of a workout. This was the very first hill that I tried to walk up. It kind of hurt a muscle in my back, but once I got up it and once the muscle had been used, my back felt much better. But if hills are too much for you to begin with, just walk on a straight path like this one and build up to hills because they're really good for you. Another really good way to keep fit is to get into a pool. You don't even have to swim. I just walk up and down the pool, and sometimes I do a little bit of freestyle and backstroke, but that is completely up to you. Super good for recovery and overall fitness. Now I'm going to do my Pilates exercises for you. Put your foot on it, grab it, and then stretch. So you're just stretching all the back of your leg. Just going to lower it. I feel like I'm in like an 80s DVD. And then swap feet. Foot is flexed, so I don't know whether you can see. You're gonna flex it like that. Just involves the lengthening of like your neck and the movement. Kind of, it's like a nose nod, but you're not forcing it. Do the same to the side. it's like you're raising your arms but you're using your shoulder blades to do it. So like your string is being pulled up and then being cut, and you'll feel it in your shoulder blades. This one is this arm and this leg, so the opposite, and then so that. And what muscles that you're bringing, well, how I do it is I switch on my core, and I don't lift my arm with by my arm. I kind of try to activate my right shoulder blade instead. So down and then up and then top. So this next one is just the one to the legs, so arms beside you. And just swaying it out. It doesn't have to go to the floor or anything like that. You just have to kind of make sure that your pelvis doesn't do that kind of thing. Explanations on point. But I think with this one you kind of use your inner thigh and your butt muscle to bring your leg back up. Whilst one leg is going down, this one is not moving. So visualize that you have like a tennis ball on your knee, and so like you don't move it. So you dip it, it's not really dipping, and then you bring it back up. Then you do this both sides. This one's more to do with the core. So you bring it to, this is called tabletop, I think. I don't know if that's a technical word, but that's what I've always been told. So it's like a 90-degree thing. So you bring it up, you kind of bring it to your chest, out, back to your chest, and down. So do it the other leg. Tabletop, to your chest, out, back, down. So this next one, you'll definitely feel it more in this part of your core. So you bring both of them to tabletop, and then with little tips of your toes, kind of just like top of your foot, you just tap it down. But you can't really put your legs here and do it, because that's not going to do anything. You're going to have a tabletop, and then I don't know whether you can see in my shirt, I tried to wear a shirt, you can see my muscles activating, but I can feel that just holding it there. So yeah, and then you dip them alternatively. It's also important with all these exercises to breathe. It's really easy to just stop breathing. This one doesn't matter if you touch here, it's more just getting you'll feel it in your shoulder blades and how they can move a bit, so you don't have to go far. Like I can't get it past here, if you can see that. Okay, so this next one, a lot of people, I guess, don't really pay attention to what they're doing. They're just like, yeah, here's a bridge. But what I've been told is to focus on actually trying to get as much curve in my back, like in the parts of my spine that aren't fused. If you're fused in different places, then it probably won't bend at all. But that's what this exercise for me is, and also activating the butt muscles. It's not really about how far you get up, it's more about the articulation of the spine. basically just want to lay on your side, not too far forward, not too far back. Have your feet kind of in line with your butt, and then kind of just lift your leg, making sure that this doesn't again do this or anything like that. It's more about activating the muscles than anything. It will work out your bum and I think your leg, I don't know. The next one will work out your outer thighs, flex your foot and then up. Again, you don't have to get it up here or anything like that. It's more about staying stable within all of here and then lifting. You'll feel it more instead of doing like that and crazy crap like that. You want to get the same leg, put it in front. Just going to flex this foot. You're going to work out your inner thigh this time and then you just lift it up. You're activating your shoulder blade again, and then you just lift it. It doesn't have to go the whole way again as long as you feel it in your shoulder blade. This one's kind of like a side plank. I found this one really difficult when I first did it. Your elbow underneath your shoulder, have your knees a bit in front, lift up. On the other side. Spinal fusion there. This one's focusing again on that movement in this part of my spine where I'm not fused. So yeah, it only works if you're not fused here. Yeah, so you want to like kind of lift your shoulders and then drag them down like your fingers being pulled down. You want to lift them up a bit and then you lift. As much as you can. Your leg 90 degrees, is that it? I don't know. And then just lift up. Give you just a quick demonstration, then I'll explain it. One of your main focuses would be like here to make sure your core is connected. It doesn't matter how far, like you don't have to lift it up here or anything like that. But yeah, so just kind of make sure that this is stable and also not to sink through your shoulders. So you want to kind of try to like lift it up as much as you can kind of thing. Remember, it doesn't matter how far you get your arm or your leg, as long as it's kind of off the mat. So this is my least favourite exercise, this next one. It's just a plank, but the easier version, which I still find hard because my back is still weak. So get in this position again, make sure that your shoulders aren't sinking in, and then have your toes like this, and then just kind of push off. Again, make sure that your core is activated. So basically, the way that I visualize it, and I get told to visualize it, is that your belly button goes to your back. got told, I don't know if you can see me, I got told to do it like on a chair, just because I'm starting out again, but this is a little bit lower than a chair and I find it gives me more of a workout. So you just squat until you, well, really I'm supposed to sit on it, then get back up. Basically how I was supposed to do it, you go down, you sit, and then you get back up. I made it a little bit harder for myself as I went along. Now I don't completely sit, I just do it until my bum touches it. And then yeah, so the only thing is that I need to make sure that I do is make sure that my knees stay facing forward. Hate squats. Basically again, you aren't using your arms for these ones, you're using your back muscles. So I don't know whether you can see it. Like, can you see my shoulders move? You're lifting them up. You do the same, but this way. So I'll show you from the back and hopefully you can see my shoulder blades. This is my favourite exercise. I hope my explanations weren't too bad. Sorry if they were. Sorry Wendy, who is my Pilates instructor, and if you watch this, I'm sorry that it wasn't bad. Friends.